The biggest, baddest banks will predatorily trigger a 2008 financial crisis with extra risky loans. How do you feel about big banks nowadays charging you bank fees? Only giving you 0.01% interest in your bank savings account. Even after the Fed has raised the interest rate to 2.5% already. They're only willing to give you 0.01%, which is nothing really. At the same time, if you buy a house, they're going to charge you 6% mortgage rate just to borrow money from them. This is the highest rate since 2008. If you think this is bad, just wait to see today's diabolical story. Do you really think they care about your future? Or do you think they only care about feeding their own greed? And of course, smash the like button. Welcome back, everyone, to my Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about macroeconomy, stocks, and bonds and commodity markets. If you like any of these markets, please consider subscribing to my channel. It is totally free. And of course, tap the like button if you've enjoyed today's video. It's quite funny when looking at their banner. Get ahead on your future. Start saving at 0.01% interest rate now. Look at this chart from Bank of America. Preferred members can earn even more as they offer their Ultra VIP Platinum Honor Tier customers 0.04% interest for their savings account. Doesn't really matter how much money you have in your account. You get 4 times as normal people. See how much better they're treating you now? Wow, what a joke. 2008 all over again. BOFA just launched a test of zero down payment, zero closing cost mortgages for minority communities. A major American bank has launched a new program to help first-time minority buyers finance a home purchase with no down payment or closing costs. It's a boon to buyers at the time when rising interest rates and low home inventory have stacked the deck against them. It's also the latest response to long-standing criticism that banks favored white borrowers. Bank of America's test plan is rolling out in LA, Dallas, Detroit, and Charlotte, and aimed at predominantly minority neighborhoods in those cities. It offers loans to minority buyers without the need for a down payment, closing costs, or private mortgage insurance. An extra cost that is customary for buyers to put down less than 20% of home purchase price. Crucially, the program also requires no minimum credit score. What? With eligibility focused instead on a borrower's solid track record of rent payments and irregular monthly bills like utility and phone payments? Before applying, buyers must finish a home buyer certification course that counsels them on ownership, responsibilities, and other considerations. But the move quickly drew mixed responses online, as Bank of America, the other largest lenders, have criticized in the past for predatory lending practices, especially when loaning to minority groups. For buyers in Bank of America's test cities, the loans come at a critical time. Rising interest rates are making mortgages more expensive and creating downward pressure on lenders to issue their loans are as risk adverse as possible. Bank of America's program is meant to break from this by freeing qualified applicants from down payments, credit score standards, and PMI costs. That reduces many of the barriers to entry for home ownership for buyers in communities fighting against institutional lending that offers favors to white borrowers. Home ownership strengthens our communities and can help individuals and families to build wealth over time, said A.J. Barkley, Bank of America's head of neighborhood and community lending. Home ownership among white households was 72.1% in 2020. According to the National Association of Realtors, compared to 51.1% for Hispanic and 43.4% for Black households. The Black borrowers are denied at twice the rate of overall borrower pool, according to the recent report from LendingTree. Bank of America's plan added its $15 billion program that offers closing costs and down payment assistance to lower income buyers, and another initiative aimed at providing $15 billion in mortgages to low to moderate income buyers through mid-2027. The equity risk. However, critics of the program were quick to point out that it could backfire and it potentially harm the communities it's designed to help. The 2008 housing crisis, which was heavily driven by risky loans to unqualified buyers, taught tough lessons to lenders who were stuck with foreclosed homes after buying stopped making payments on properties they were never able to afford. The consequences were devastating. Lenders inherited foreclosed homes and buyers saw their credit scores sink. It's likely that the least sum of the borrowers under Bank of America's new program would be considered subprime. Under ordinary lending rules, recalling the ugliest days of 2008 crisis and supplying critics with easy talking points. Credit agency Experian, for instance, considers borrowers with credit scores between 580 and 669 as subprime. And while credit scores aren't always an accurate barometer of a buyer's purchase power or ability to make timely payments, advocates worried the interest rates required to make up for low bar the lender is setting could set minority buyers up for failure. It's funny how big banks always try to look like they're the good guys, helping the first-time minority people. Well, in reality, they are encouraged those people to buy at the top of the market, and the big banks get to have a bigger asset on their balance sheet. Because when you borrow from the bank, that is how money is created in the world. You get the loan, which is a liability for you, but at the same time, it's another asset for that bank. Because you are paying them above 6% interest rate for 30 years every single month. Well, they are only paying you 0.01%. And when you buy that house at the top, it will go down in value. Say if you bought a $500,000 house. Right now, next year, when the market crashes more, it will only be worth $400,000 or even lower than just 1 year. Not only you didn't make any more money, but you just lost $100K. But they won't tell you not to buy it, because all they want is your monthly cash flow. Especially when the bank already knows that the house you're buying is overpriced. And they know you probably cannot sustainably afford them in the next recession crash. When you can't pay for it anymore, they will come and take your home from you in a foreclosure. Does it feel like they're trying to do you any favors now? It sure doesn't, probably. It's a diabolical debt trap. Just like you that are watching this knows the Fed is going to keep raising the interest rates to fight inflation. As the rate goes up, the demands for housing goes down. What the bank does in the face of this, they ease their credit standards in this case. Hey, no down payment? No good credit? Don't worry about it, we got you. We all know where this ends, like in 2008. Like when a stripper's dog owns a condo in Palm Springs, it's about to crash. Check out this chart, as most of you know this if you've been watching this channel. 50% of the yield curves are inverted right now. The banks know that the yield curve's inverted, recession is just around the corner. That's why they are going to tighten their landing standard when the recession crash happens. Remember, banks borrow short-term rates, then they lend at long-term rates. When the short-term rates are higher than the long-term rates, they can't make money. That's why they don't want to lend. In this case, they go find people they really don't want to lend to, but for more than 6% mortgage on the house, they have nothing to lose. Have you seen the inverted yield curve happen? And the lending standards tightening, rising afterwards as the yield curves recovers and we are going into deflationary crash? Then the lending standard gets extra tight, telling us what exactly the problem is, and it is the Fed. The Fed officials are lifting interest rates and signaling they won't back down as they battle an inflation at a 40-year high. The Fed could raise rates by 75 basis points for a third straight meeting on September 20th. It's very high chance it happens. In addition to its rate increases, the Fed is also shrinking the size of its balance sheet by a maximum of $95 billion a month, QT. Meaning, hey, stock prices are coming down. And oh, by the way, we are trying to bring housing prices down notably at the time when the biggest, baddest banks like Bank of America are targeting people with overpriced homes and luring them in with no money down payment, low credit qualifications. Check out this chart. Bond market is telling us that the Fed is behind this curve inversion. For the banks, as they are tightening lending standards, the lending dries up, as you see here, after the collapse. That's where we're headed. Okay, if you're worried about the economy heading into a depression, why not write a book today with me? Become an author and start your brand new life with an abundance mindset. As an entrepreneur, you can create your own future and decide how much money that you can make. And no more worries about your boss's painful comments or ridiculous orders. What do you want to say to your boss right now? I'd love to hear in the comment section below. Okay, I'm going to show you my Born to Shine book, Born to Shine. This one is a bestseller, A Crazy Little Thing Called Life. This one is another one of my bestsellers. So amazing, this one. I absolutely love it, and I love how many copies I've sold. So I think it's near to 200 now, actually. And my thank you. It's all about gratitude, this one. And I cannot say enough of thank you to all of you that have subscribed and that have liked my videos and that have commented and made amazing comments about my channel. It means so very much. So thank you today. A shout out to all of yous. And my happy book. So we must learn to be like a child again, not be controlled by worldly circumstances in order for us to be happy and free. And magic mindset. This one is, wow, it made the light go out, that one. Here's my other client, Taddy Eazzy's book, Wicked Pussy Perfume, and it's an erotic novel. But we have sold so many copies of this one. So incredible. Wicked Pussy Perfume by Taddy Eazzy. Order your copy today. Okay, everyone, so I thank you for watching my video today, and like and subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, and I want to hear how you feel about my channel, so send me some comments of what you think about my channel so far. I really like to hear about just feedback and what you think about it. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.